Hello and welcome to another planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent refusal by Liverpool Council for a client of ours. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal of a two-storey side extension and a single-storey rear that was refused by the local authority, which is Liverpool City Planning Department. Our client was initially booked in for a free no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Liverpool City Council to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option would be best suited. The free no obligation consultation, which took around 15 minutes, found that this case was viable for appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Liverpool Council Planning Department. This case was refused by Liverpool for the following reasons. The proposed two-storey side extension, by virtue of its elevated height and proximity to the party boundaries, would unacceptably affect the amenity of those properties, thus insofar that it would be overbearing towards their amenity space, as well as the conservatory of a neighbouring property. This would be detrimental to the residential amenity of neighbouring properties. This refusal is subjective, which means it is an opinion and an interpretation of the effect of the development would have if it was approved. These types of refusals are prime for appeal and have the best chance of success at appeal. It's not unusual for us to find a number of errors in various local authority planning officers' decisions. These errors do help support the appeal cases. We do suspect the increase in these errors has been caused by cutbacks at local authorities and unprecedented increases in workloads that are piled upon the reducing numbers of planning officers. Many of you are repeatedly stating to us during your no obligation planning appeal assessment that you had little or no correspondence throughout the application process, and the first thing you knew was receiving the refusal notice from the council, and in some cases when you received a letter from ourselves. With planning appeals, experience matters. Our specialist team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement. That, in this specific case, covered 26 pages, just over 4,900 words. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how and where possible both local and national policy applies in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour of the appeal. Obviously, with the back catalogue we have of wins, we are able to use these cases and what the inspector said in them as additional argument to support the case we are working on. Recently, we had a client state that a competitor had said to us that they use our wins to help them produce their appeals. I suppose that is a compliment to our team, but obviously with that methodology it is not giving them the underlying knowledge to be able to adapt arguments to specific cases. It is important to know that no two cases are actually the same, and the arguments need to be produced for the specific case in hand. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our clients asking them to check that they are happy for us to submit the case. If we need to add any additional information that the client may have forgotten previously to supply, it's done at this point and the case is then submitted. It is vitally important that all documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful. Something we hear about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time. Always ensure you use a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It's worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like you find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 4th of July, and we're pleased to confirm the appeal was upheld and permission granted on the 25th of July in a 3-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with any planning appeals, complete our online form on www.planningappealsuk.com, and our new case support team will arrange for a free no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even in a selected area? We have so many and not all of them are published or filmed, but that does not mean we can't show you what you're looking for. ask our planning appeal assessment professional during your free no obligation consultation. I'm sure we'll be able to help. Thank you for taking the time to watch this planning appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing another one very shortly. Thanks again. Bye.